Good morning, welcome to the Barrel Roll Newscast for August 31st, 2019.
Today we're talking about Star Wars updates.
The tale of Telltale returns.
Ooh, and some remasters of some old Disney games.
We'll let you know what they are when we come back.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to the Newscast.
Welcome to the show.
The camera wasn't off at all.
Welcome
we
to the-
totally set it up beforehand.
Yeah. Every time.
Did we not?
No.
I mean,
Yes.
Do you not? Do you not? Welcome to the show, guys.
We talk about news, movie, game news, and nerd news from the
For the
past
week.
week.
So,
And this week is much shorter than last
oh
week.
God,
we promise.
oh my God.
Guaranteed.
Oh, last week was so draggy.
Well,
so
because
much
we
stuff
had
was happening.
D23 just kept
Going.
happening, and the
Maybe
day
the-
before.
It's not like
the Marvel stuff.
it's not like E3 where it happens and then like it's just demos on the floor.
Well, and that's the thing. Like E3, we can talk about, like, oh, this was cool. Like, this was
Or
the big
Comic-Con,
moment. This
yeah.
was the big thing.
Yeah.
Disney's like, we're saving all of the cool stuff,
We're gonna
For
scatter
now.
it throughout the weekend.
like for and then they just explode. Like we got all the Marvel updates essentially.
Yeah.
Like minus maybe one thing and some posters and all of that jazz.
Yeah.
Like the WandaVision poster was the next day,
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which again shows off
Super
how
great.
wonky that's
wonky,
gonna
yeah.
be.
Super great.
So other than posters and stuff, the only real big
Star
updates were
Wars.
Star Wars.
Mostly because they dropped the trailer but didn't show anyone.
They
outside
showed
of
the trailer at D23, so it was an exclusive. You got your
for like
5 seconds. Yeah.
for like 72 hours or
Yeah.
whatever.
And then we finally got it. So, I mean, the big takeaway from this trailer, if you haven't seen it and you don't want to get spoiled by trailers, even though there's no...
Okay, all right. No, we're not that news place.
But no, like, legitimately...
We're gonna spoil a
if you're-
trailer for you. It's a trailer.
We're again,
trailer,
we're spoiling
yeah.
it if you don't want to go away. Like that's the piece. Either way, Rey ends up with a red lightsaber, looking very Sithish, and it's a
pocket knife kind of thing.
It's a
so
double-
It's like a
It's
switch.
kinda cool,
It's
yeah.
a switchblade. It's a switchblade dual-sided
Reminds me
lightsaber.
of like a crab cracker.
A little bit.
no.
Someone-
it's
someone
the
photo-
updated version of Darth Maul's, because clearly Darth Maul's downfall was it got cut in half, and he only had one lightsaber left. If this thing gets cut in half, it's just a joint piece, so both
Someone
sides
photos-
will still work.
Someone already photoshopped it with like all these different like
Yeah,
army
I
tools
saw
on
that.
it. And I'm like, yes.
Yeah. It's like.
There has been some of those sabers in the Clone Wars show or the other one,
Resistance. Rebels.
Rebels.
Yeah, I like the lightsaber design in Rebels actually a lot.
Rebels has some weird ones.
I really like.
That was-
I don't
that
know.
was-
I don't know who the main character is, but I really like his hilt.
Yeah.
It's a lot more like.
Well, because he has the guard on it. Or
yeah,
whatever.
It
Yeah.
looks a lot more like a tool than a weapon.
Yeah, they definitely sold a lot of toys for that one because that was all those.
And they had that little,
lightsabers.
like, they had that
Yeah.
circular
You gotta do
lightsaber too, right?
Every movie.
Oh, and that's a P. Like
They had a circular lightsaber too, didn't they?
I think so. Yeah.
like the ones that spun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
that
bad-
was super,
the bad guys
yeah,
had
that was
spinny ones.
super sick.
Yeah.
But that's the piece. It's all about selling toys.
Yeah.
Because that was even rebranding the Rey's lightsaber in episode 7.
7. Yeah.
Was it's like it's Rey's lightsaber and it's like
it's Luke's.
but it's Anakin's.
It's Anakin.
But that's the piece is like if you
It's
bought
Luke's
all
slash
3 of
Anakin.
them, like all 3 lightsabers are the exact same. It's the same hilt.
Yeah.
So
It's
that's
like
the
when
piece.
it's like when they were advertising and marketing for Avengers Infinity War, and it's like why are they selling a bow and arrow? Who's this? Who does this bow and arrow belong to from Infinity War? I don't recognize this weapon. Who owned this weapon in Infinity War?
But that's like what was it? I think Hasbro said that Optimus Prime had to be like written out of or changed in the Transformers movies,
Oh, so they could
make either new toys,
toys.
or just ditch Optimus Prime because everybody already has an Optimus Prime. But, like we can't sell any more Optimus Primes, and it's like. Jeepers creepers! Like, no wonder these movies end up being like, especially the Transformers movies. Where,
Oh yeah.
yes, it's all marketing,
It's a giant 2-hour toy commercial.
but then it should be a really good toy commercial. Like, that's the problem. That was the cool part about the cartoons. Even
don't-
Beast Wars was
Yeah.
like,
You mean you don't like it when they take old footage from another film and slap a transformer on
I
top
don't
of it?
even care. Because it's not like I
Action
noticed
scene.
that until someone pointed it
Yeah.
out. But in all honesty, it's like it's the close-up action and all
Yeah.
of that jazz. Whereas like Beast Wars, you'd collect them and then it would be like next season something happened and they'd all transform and you're like, oh my god, what a
God.
twist
Fused.
in the story. And all of a sudden they're transmetals or whatever and you're like, must buy all new action
figures.
figures.
I need to get this one now that his armor's a little more shinier.
Yeah. That's why Power Rangers is doing it.
Power
Sure.
Rangers is
Like,
always
because
good.
they're always changing every season. Their costumes always look different.
Right.
Except for the first 3 seasons. That was all Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, different series.
They didn't realize the marketing potential at that point.
Yes.
Well, because that show, in all honesty, if someone
The
came
Zords
to you...
changed, but the
The
suits-
Zords changed.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, if someone came to you with a show pitch where they're like, I'm going to take this footage from Asia and intersplice it with, like,
teenagers with attitude.
teenage actors with no experience,
With attitude.
and then we're
Attitude.
slowly going to add, like, extra pieces where they're sometimes wearing the costumes that are, like, 8 years old by this point and kind of falling apart, it's going to be gangbusters, guys.
No one would believe that.
Right, like, Fox Network's going...
Why?
We'll give you $6. It's like done deal.
Done deal.
And now Saban has sold the rights off again to I think Hasbro for like a
Again?
he sold it to Disney first, then he got it back, and now it's in Hasbro's hands.
Probably the best place, honestly.
Is it
Yeah.
though?
Well,
They
it's
make
best.
toys.
It's best in Saban's, but
Well,
Saban's 8 billion years old at this point when it comes to all that. Like you can't be running a business
If you
anymore.
want to run movies, I don't think Hasbro is the place to go to.
Yeah, Transformers, robots in disguise.
It's not the best place to go to. Disney is the place to go to.
Okay, Disney's gonna buy Transformers.
No, Power Rangers.
They already had. They already had it. They sold it back. They don't want it.
They tried.
Well, I'm saying.
I know.
Yeah.
They don't want it. They're done and gone with that one. We're working on buying Spider-Man now. We're
Yeah.
also working on buying Dogma. That the internet's new goal is buying Dogma back from the Weinsteins.
Of course.
So we're
That's a-
giving the Weinsteins money.
Essentially,
Yeah.
yeah, but for the greater good, really.
Is it
The
Yeah.
lesser of two evils.
Because you're still giving them money.
Yeah.
They need
The
it to
Weinsteins
fight
are
all
pretty
these
bad.
lawsuits.
No.
We don't want them to fight
One
the
is
lawsuits.
it's not the whole family.
But that
it's
means-
the father,
Well, so either way,
Harvey.
Harvey owns part of it, and Bob? There's another Weinstein. They both own Dogma. So we essentially could give money to not Harvey if his brother and or whoever this other person is decided
Well, you
to.
can't. As long as he's in jail, you can't collect money.
Perfect. Let's sell it now.
He has to be in jail.
Oh, no, he's not in jail.
We gotta put him in
He's
jail
settled.
first.
Oh, did he?
Oh.
It's all done.
I don't know.
Either way, I want Dogma on Blu-ray. I want behind the scenes features.
I'm surprised.
Give me
You know,
Blu-ray.
someone's sitting on that. Kevin Smith is probably sitting on that.
You can't. Oh, like the behind the scenes
Yeah,
stuff.
like he's
yeah,
just sitting on and be like, I can't.
he did. He tweeted something last night because someone asked why they couldn't buy it on iTunes. Like they sent it to whoever owns like the distribution rights, and Kevin Smith replied, and he's like, they own the distribution rights for film, and Sony owns it for distribution on like DVD and like DVD essentially. But there's no streaming rights because no streaming rights were written 20 years ago when everybody had the distribution rights. Except now the Weinsteins own the like overall rights to everything.
So then that would
So,
fall to them. That
We
would
need the
default to them.
Weinsteins to actually like dole it out. It's the 20th anniversary of Dogma. So Kevin Smith's a little sad because he's like, it's 20 years and I can't do
Dick all.
dick all with my movie other than put Loki in reboot. It's Loki. He's confirmed it. Matt Damon is playing
Yeah.
Loki
Yep.
for the 3rd time.
The third time.
How many times is it now? Like, will it be for the future? All of them. You know, there's a real, he should be in the Loki TV show. Matt Damon.
He should be. But really, like, with him playing Loki
He already
in Thor,
played Loki too.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Different timeline.
yeah. Either way, we're
there's some-
getting a
that-
red-bladed
Ray.
Yeah.
Which looks like he's dark sided.
And the other thing that,
we don't know.
Well, and it could be a vision. It could be whatever. Like that's
Vision.
Yeah.
yeah.
I call it Vision.
I would love. Again, my mind is going Vision,
It's
Yeah.
yeah.
but in reality, I would totally love it if she went Sith.
Mm-hmm.
I would totally dig
It's a
that.
fantasy.
I'm fine with that.
Same with 3PO.
Yeah, you got red eyes.
Yeah, no one
everybody's-
cares about that. I don't care about that.
It's because he's rebooting.
No,
would
he's
love
red.
if he
He's
went
just
dark too.
he's
Going
red
war
ringing.
mode, man.
No, he's red ringing.
Red Ring.
We just have to put we have to put a towel over him.
Death
Well,
mode.
they
Let
already
him-
showed some.
Insta kill mode.
They actually did. They showed some poster off that was like
Combat RP.
Like
combat
he had, like
DPO?
instead of the red armor or whatever, it was replaced with like a giant. Oh no, he had the bowcaster. He had Chewbacca's bowcaster.
So it could be
It
a
would be
combat,
cool if,
combat
like,
3PO
if they somehow like hacked all the droids.
again.
They're killing Chewie.
Yeah, if 3PO has the bowcaster, Chewie. Oh yeah, Chewie's doomed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Considering Peter Mayhew's gone and passed
Yeah.
now, like
Yeah.
I
that
think
wouldn't
they would.
But they're not officially killing off Leia either.
she'll be dead. They're gonna
They're gonna
down.
write her out.
She'll
but they're not.
walk off into the sunset.
Or yeah, or she'll yeah. So
That's my understanding.
She'll be the one Skywalker to survive.
Yeah. She's the Skywalker that rises
into heaven.
into heaven.
They don't have heaven in there. They don't have heaven in no one. And
Sure
also,
they do.
also, no one ever really dies.
They do, because the last person in the last
do
movie,
die.
which threw me the hell off, said "God be with us" or "Godspeed" or whatever, and I'm like, didn't we replace the
Not
word
Force?
God with the Force?
Yeah.
Like,
I
What's
never,
her-
I never realized that until just
Rhiannon
now.
Johnson put in the Godspeed, and I'm like,
I've heard-
was that a boo boo?
I'm
Probably.
pretty sure that was a boo boo.
Someone says, "Hey guys, if I had to guess your names, closest left is Ernie, far left is Glenn. Far
Thanks
right
for the
is
host.
Edwin."
Also, thanks for the host.
Close
None
race.
of those are our names,
What are you
I'll-
talking
I'll-
about?
I'll take Glenn.
I'm totally.
I'll take a Glenn.
and
I'm far.
Are
Am I
those-
far right? Yeah, I'm far
I'm
right.
Glenn.
I'll
I'm
take-
Edwin. I'm Edwin.
I guess we really.
you're
do-
far right. I'm Scooter.
I think you're Scooter.
I'll take
yeah.
So what
Scooter.
does that make me then?
You're Ernie.
You're Ernie. You're Glenn.
Rubber ducky.
No, no, no. I don't think that works with me.
I'm Scooter. I'm the guy who's like the backstage hand on the Muppets show. I'm down with that.
Who's Glenn?
I don't think they
I-
went complete
no,
Muppets. I
no,
think
like Edwin is-
legitimately Edwin's from that book series Narnia, isn't he?
Oh,
It's also
yes.
it's also a pretty. It's just a name.
It is a
It
name.
is
They're
his
all
name.
names.
They're all
It's all
names.
just a name.
Real names.
Glenn was my old assistant manager at a Safeway.
Sweet.
I didn't like Glenn that much.
Uh-oh. Civil War.
Anywho.
Either who.
Moving on.
So yeah,
Also,
we got Red Eye C-3PO. We got
Yeah.
Combat 3PO.
yeah, we got Combat 3PO. We got Dark Side Ray. Ernie's age is wow. You're 57 apparently, or 50. Yeah, 57.
But he got rid of his
His grandmother's hair.
Hey, Edwin is 23.
Are you just headcanning us
I
now?
believe so. Wow, Edwin, you're
I'm
doing pretty
23.
good. 23.
Yeah, wow.
Yo.
I'm not the oldest.
Scooter's pretty close actually.
I know. Right?
I'm getting a little worried now. All right, we also got an update on Kenobi,
Yes.
Takes place 8 years after the last
which
time.
puts it in the age range of the Solo movie.
Yes.
Oh.
So we could
So
possibly
when all those
see,
crime syndicates are
Yeah.
like big into the game, that's what we're
there's a
getting
possible chance we could see
Darth Maul.
Maul, but on the other side of that like film
I-
recording.
I would love that. I would love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that would.
That would be very cool.
Yeah.
Yes. So I would like a reunion between Solo and or not Solo, sorry, Kenobi and
And Maul.
Darth Maul.
I think that's like the fan.
That's
everyone
yeah,
wants
everyone
that.
wants that.
It is.
It's like if you're already you do a Kenobi thing and you don't do them all. There's an expectation
Yeah.
between those two characters,
Expectation.
and especially now that now that they made it canonical that he's still alive.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, alive after the.
He's alive.
He's
yeah,
alive.
but like
Half-
it was never confirmed until Solo, right? So
Well, the
No, the Clone
Well,
Wars.
the
Cartoons.
Clone Wars.
did the
Clone
Clone
Wars
Wars?
Cartoon.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Did they canonize those too?
Yeah.
Okay, so then
I
yeah.
think that's.
Yeah, it's canon.
canonized, Yeah.
Yeah, Clone Wars are canon.
I am
So-
so happy that Ian McGregor's coming.
Also, yes.
Well, that's the big piece. Is we get Ewan
You lost.
McGregor.
We lost one thing, but we got a lot of cool other things.
We'll get Spider-Man back. It'll just take a really bad movie.
No,
That's all. They
We'll get
filmed
the-
Spider-Man.
We'll get the
before.
fourth Spider-Man.
they did film apparently. Not Tom.
Yeah, there was
Tom
rumors
Holland.
that.
Tom Holland did film something for Venom, but Marvel wanted them to take it out
Yeah.
of the film.
Let's say this. Let's say they mess up.
'Kay.
Sony messes up,
Yes.
and let's say Disney does get the Spider-Man back. Could they bring Tom Holland back and just say that was not canon?
Yeah,
think.
they could do that.
Would be
Yeah.
okay. Everything
I
would
think
be
they could
okay
do
with that.
Because like vice versa, like they can't make a movie without.
Came out good on all of this stuff.
I'm totally cool with my
What?
job.
Our headcanons are weird. You bake cookies for a Subway.
can't remember the last time I baked a cookie.
I'm totally cool with my job.
I'm a gas station cashier.
I don't care how boring it is.
I'm a comic book store manager. That actually sounds really boring.
That's actually incredibly boring.
Like that's the worst out of all the. I would rather be
It's
the
like
guy
working
at the front
at
of the comic.
It's
book
like working at a
shop.
GameStop. It's like you get to touch all the games, but you can't play them right now.
I gotta make sure the cigarettes are safe behind the counter.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
strange.
solid job.
I get to drink Coke.
Yeah.
I'm good.
No, you have a boring old office job at Coca-Cola.
I don't care.
You actually do get cheap Coke.
There you
I
go.
know a guy who works at the
There you go.
Coca-Cola place.
The one on
I'm
yeah,
down.
because we have one in Edmonton. Right?
Yeah, we have the one on Calgary
Like
Trail.
Costco.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Or sorry, 99th Street.
But yeah, like
99.
if Sony wanted to do a Spider-Man film, they can't do one with this current iteration of Spider-Man. They'd have to make their own.
Oh,
Well, they
really?
can use Tom Holland.
Like,
They can use Tom Holland, but they
it
can't-
wouldn't be
they can't-
MCU Spider.
No, no, because his suit is
Stark
Stark Tech. His
His
bad
motiva-
guys
Oh,
are.
right.
His Stark.
They worked for Stark.
His motivations.
Their motives were
His
from
motives-
Stark.
Yeah.
His character backstory and motivations are
That's true.
Like, they
His
can-
father
completely rooted
figure
into
is-
the MCU.
Essentially-
So
father figure
they
is
literally
Stark.
need to kill off Ben again.
If they do it the smart way, and the smartest way without going back to Disney, it's we're gonna forget everything. Like we're just gonna we're gonna make a Spider-Man movie, and
It's gonna be Spider-Man 3.
right,
Or
but like,
Spider-Man 4, sorry. It's gonna
Well-
be Spider-Man 4, except Tom Holland instead of Tobey Maguire.
but it'll be Spider-Man
Spider-Verse.
far from something, and if they do a Spider-Verse movie, that's disgusting to me actually. But a live-action Spider-Verse movie would suck.
It would actually.
Yeah.
Unless they go Endgame epic with it. Like in the Spider-Verse
Like, they'd have to
comics,
build
They
it
just have
up.
a
They'd have to
million
build it up.
spiders.
in the Spider-Verse comic, there's like
All.
at least 20-some main character spiders,
Yeah.
Not including the one-off characters.
not including the one-offs that they continually kill.
Yeah.
Like
there's
there's hundreds of them in those comics.
a universe where Bruce Banner becomes Spider-Man.
Sure, yeah, it's like
Yeah.
all over the place with those things. There's one
Spider-Cop
where-
is apparently canon now.
I first. Yeah.
Spider-Cop is canon.
But like that's the pieces. Like you have Spider-Man from like Spider-Man UK, he's like psychic. He's not just spider powers. He's like a universe defender type person.
He's
So he's got
really
like
good,
ultra
Peter
powers. You
King.
have one of them where Uncle Ben became Spider-Man. You have one of them
Oh, of
where
course, yeah.
And you-
there's the Superior Spider-Man stuff. So there was some time wobbly stuff where all of a sudden Doc Ock had ended up in the future in 2099.
Yeah.
That Doc Ock still existed in a different timeline. So when all of the Spider-Verses skablooshed, Doc Ock came back, but he thought Peter Parker was like a past version of himself and not one that had already beaten the crap out of Doc Ock in his head to take over again. So he thought he was still the superior Spider-Man. Like Spider-Ham, obviously, like that kind of stuff. Spider-Gwen
2099.
made her 2099 shows up, like all of that jazz. So
I don't know.
I
It's
don't
a
want to
long
offend Ernie
paragraph.
anymore, and I'm terribly sorry. Favorite fast food? A Harvey's burger with a vanilla Coke.
Coke.
I just
I
had
don't
fried
care.
chicken, so
I don't know.
I don't have a favorite fast
I don't really
food.
have a favorite fast food either. I just eat.
Yeah, I just eat.
And Coke is would be the other
Yeah,
one.
but if I have to choose fast food, if I could only eat at one fast food place for the rest of my life, it would be Harvey's.
Honestly, maybe like McDonald's. It's consistently that.
Yeah.
McDonald's is second. Harvey's is my go-to. It's my love.
You talked about your comic book.
I know, I saw that. I know I'd get to read a lot, but a lot of comics are junk. Mainstream-wise. But either way, Spider-Man,
Yeah.
like, they can't go Spider-Verse, but they
No.
can do Tom Holland, and they pretty much just have to ignore...
No, they can do Spider-Verse. They're only going to do 3 Spider-Man.
I know, and that'll suck.
They just have
Yeah.
to do
I'm sorry,
Spider-Man.
Tobey Maguire's too old.
You can be old. man.
Andrew Garfield
I think-
Old man
wasn't
Spider.
that
Old man
good.
Spider-Man.
I think they just go crazy and just do Spider-Man 4.
Spider-Gramps.
Then they won't do that, but they'll continue on with Tom Holland.
Yeah.
And they'll just go with the, like, what happened to that guy you were seeing? Oh, I don't know, he's a jerk. Like, so there goes Happy. And they already kind of wrote the Iron Man stuff out other than,
It was auspiciously out of Far From Home.
He was a
like,
father figure.
right, but he was done with it by
Yeah.
the end of, the movie. It was like he had moved
Kind
on
of.
sort of thing. So that part was, you don't need the Stark Tech anymore. He's just building his own stuff. Like,
Yeah.
his costume obviously is going to be new, and it's like, oh, did you make your own costume again? And it's like,
Kind of.
yeah, redesigned, totally, like, you know,
I made my own.
100%
Oh,
Peter
retro.
Parker
Peter
made.
Parker
It's made by Peter Parker and stamped the
Yeah.
label on the back.
Like, it's gonna, like, that's the part that's going to be really stupid. Is like the MCU can pretty much just be like, what happened to the kid? And
He's in hiding.
he's in hiding, and they're done. Like, the MCU, this is easy.
Yeah, and then they can easily write him back in with like the multiverse stuff
Right.
later on.
They don't even,
Or
or,
even-
he's out of hiding. Like,
Yeah.
things
Or-
have been solved, and yada yada yada, and he's back. Like, MCU, easy. Peter Parker, this Peter Parker has been so
You
built
wonder if-
on the MCU.
I wonder if
that-
Kevin Feige knew about
I
that
think so.
stuff.
Well, they
Like,
knew the
Far
contract
from home,
was-
like Far From
coming
Home.
out.
Yeah,
they knew the contract was done.
yeah.
The contract
They-
wasn't officially done yet, though.
Yeah.
But that was
It's-
going to be
unless
like
they
the
made $1
last
billion.
movie with
No, they did.
No, it was three Avengers flicks and 2 Spider-Man.
I thought it was 3 Spider-Mans.
No.
It was only if it was for $1 billion.
No, they signed Tom Holland for 3 Spider-Man films, but that
Oh.
was Sony. So
Okay.
Tom Holland has always been like, we're
See,
making
I thought he had
Spider-Man
4.
3. They're going to, well, they apparently 4. But he leaked 3 ages ago, and everybody just assumed that it was
Right.
part of it. The deal was he got into Civil War, the 2 Avengers movies, and then 2 solo flicks, and that was the end of the deal. And it was going to go so well that who was going to say no to, like, you know, another deal going forward? Because
Well, Sony
it's
did.
worked so well for everybody.
Everybody said no.
And then everybody said no, because Marvel said, or Disney went, we want 50-50. Sony said no.
Actually, apparently reports wasn't 50-50. It was like a little less than that, but they still said no.
Yeah.
Both
Yeah.
parties still said no.
Is it true that it was like a producer issue as well? Like,
No, that was Sony
that's a
trying to
cover.
save face.
That's a cover.
That was Sony trying to be like, no, they just wanted extra names on producer things.
That's
and
a
it just
cover.
got- yeah.
That was a cover
And
story.
Feige's workload is too heavy. And
yeah,
Which
that
it's
was-
not wrong, but
no, Feige's if he's like I said last week, if he's in
Yeah.
charge of all that
Yeah.
Disney Plus, he has a lot going on here.
right.
But
like,
again,
it's not
he's-
wrong, but like I think he would make time to make Spider-Man
And
work.
Oh,
again,
yeah.
this is Feige's
He could
job.
delegate too.
Guys, how's it going today? We're going to blow up building Y. Why? Because this is going to happen after. Awesome. Keep it up. Next room.
Yeah, that's pretty much hands off with Taika Waititi and
Like even the Russos, it was
yeah,
they had
hands off.
they had things like beats they had to kind of hit. And other than that, as long as they weren't stepping on anybody else's, like that was Kevin Feige's job. Was like, we want to kill off.
X
Vision.
at some point in time.
Is that going to screw up anybody else?
Yeah.
Nope. Cool. Like that's his job. Is pretty much.
Screwed up the WandaVision.
But
Not
it's
really.
part of the WandaVision thing.
But that-
like that's all part of that plan, and that's Kevin Feige's job is essentially like connecting all of
Yeah.
those dots. To
He has
make
a
sure
big
everything
wall of
is-
strings.
Yeah.
I want to see where
This
it is
connects
now.
to this.
With all the
Yes.
Disney Plus movies and all the movies that are coming. I want to see his strings now.
And then Spider-Man's was snip.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay, for now.
For now, yeah.
Yeah.
He can tie it back.
Tape it up.
Okay.
Moving on.
Anyways,
Moving on.
yes.
I
So
have details
Telltale.
for this one.
So Telltale Games. We've talked about Telltale Games in the past.
Well, they're not even. They weren't a company for a while.
For a
Yeah.
for a couple months.
Yep.
Because of
Couple months.
some bad management decisions. Some very poor management decisions at the
Bad,
time.
bad. All sorts of decisions. Really. We've been complaining about Telltale for a while.
Yes. Like we've had our own issues with it.
Yes.
But there's other bigger issues that led to its downfall.
Yeah.
Well, now the new company that had purchased the rights, well, not rights, but like the actual company from the bankruptcy estate or whatever it was.
Yeah. They
They-
bought
they-
its assets.
They bought its assets, and they're planning to revive Telltale Games.
Yes. So they have the back catalog rights to licensed properties, The Wolf Among Us and Batman.
So any of their
I
more
thought
or
there
less,
was one more.
any of
That's
their
all
original
this one
stuff.
says.
So like they won't be able to get the Warner Brothers stuff. So Back to the Future. Where's Jurassic Park? Is
Universal.
Universal?
Universal.
So
Did they
Universal.
do a Telltale?
They did do a Jurassic
Yeah, there's
Park.
a
Yeah,
Jurassic,
the Jurassic Park
Telltale
one.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty.
It's
it
actually
was-
not half bad.
It was pretty good.
I imagine the Gearbox stuff with Tales of the Borderland. That's probably not that bad right now. I know.
I don't know.
I know. Randy Pitchford is yet again in hot water. Again,
For-
Borderlands.
not Borderlands stuff.
Oh.
It's still about the whole like him leaving the memory stick in that restaurant
Oh yeah.
filled with child pornography. Also, company secrets.
More the
Yeah, I
other,
was
more
gonna
the
say,
first
which one's
one.
a big
More
issue
so-
here?
Yeah.
I hope their company secrets wasn't child pornography.
Plot twist. But I think the issue behind that was that they left it behind. There was like all these
Yeah.
deals between them and Sony and Microsoft and all these other companies. Either way, Randy Pitchford's still in hot water, so I don't know if maybe not the right time to bring Tales of Borderland back. That would be a good idea because I
Well,
hear it's
and you have
amazing.
Borderlands 3 coming out here.
I hear Tales of the Borderland is like one of their best, like
not
Borderlands tales.
Yeah.
I hear it's real good. They
try it
obviously
out.
can't get Marvel right now. It's
Well, no, Disney would have to.
Yeah, with Guardians.
Yeah.
Scooter.
What up?
So
What?
What do I look like without? You don't want to see my hair without my hat right now.
it's got hair.
He's
got hair.
bald underneath.
Can't
confirm-
I'm just kidding.
I've
Can
got a lot
confirm
of
he
hair.
Can confirm he has hair.
That is the problem at this very point in time. Well, it's not too.
Seems
There we
fine.
go.
Seems fine. I don't know what you're talking about. So, Tales of the Borderland. What did I just say?
Now it's in my head.
Guardians.
Yeah, Guardians.
Face.
Sam and Max. They could probably get all
Oh,
our Sam
yeah.
and Max stuff.
They
Back
did
to the
the poker
Future.
game. Poker.
No, they didn't.
No,
Walking
no,
Dead.
That was just.
No, that was Skybound.
Oh, okay.
Walking Dead is done.
Walking Dead is
It's
done.
done.
But we could see Sam and Max again because
I do like Sam and
I'm
Max.
99% sure that Sam and Max stuff was their own stuff.
Yeah.
So
I
that would
really
be
like
cool to
Sam
see
and
again.
Max.
Either way, Telltale is now being run by Jamie O'Tilly and Brian Waddle.
I know exactly who those guys are.
O'Tilly was the founder and CEO of Galaxy Pest Control,
Just
which
to-
worked on such licensed properties. So he owned a video game company. He was the CEO and founder that worked on such licensed properties as Duck Dynasty and Power Rangers. So there was a Duck Dynasty game at one point.
I heard about that. I did
don't
remember that.
Now the piece
there
to
was a
this
time-
is he's already obviously being the CEO good with the licensing piece.
Are they looking for financing right now? Is that what's going on?
I don't think so.
I
They're
think
just
they're just doing it.
back.
they're good. They're
just
just
doing
yeah,
it. Okay.
building up.
Thank you.
Thanks for following. Without shoes on.
I still look like this. Yeah.
Yeah, joke's on you. I'm not wearing socks. Either way, so he's good with the like. If you got Duck
Okay.
Dynasty and has Power Rangers, like a
Yeah,
Power
but
Rangers
that's-
Telltale game
Power
could be
Pa-
actually pretty cool.
Power Rangers.
Yeah.
I want
If
a
I
Duck.
follow along the
I want a
line of
Duck
Guardians.
Dynasty Telltale.
Telltale.
Yeah.
And Waddle has previously ran sales and marketing for the Havoc game engine, which of course is a like popular game engine. So if he's in the marketing business, we might get better.
He knows how to
marketing
sell
for-
games.
He knows how to
Honestly-
sell. So we have someone who knows how to make some deals. We know someone
This
who
all
knows how
boils
to sell.
down to fix that damn engine.
And that's the next piece is some workers from the original Telltale games will be given freelance roles within this new company with a full-time position being possible in the future. So as long as they don't show up and just be like, well, this is how we used to do it. Because again, that's the problem. You can't go into an old
I
new
think the
company going
workers-
like, this is how we used to do
Yeah.
it.
I think the workers were fine with that. Like the employees were fine with that. It's
Yeah.
the upper management.
So that's the
that
piece.
was
If
the
these
problem.
workers come in and go like, what do you want us to do? And it's like, let's rebuild the engine. Let's keep doing the games like we used to do Telltale games.
Fix that engine.
But make a new engine,
Yeah.
not fix.
Game of
new
Thrones.
engine.
They did a Game of Thrones game.
Yes.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a Game of Thrones.
But make a
Telltale.
new engine, but
Kind of,
still
yeah,
do the
tied into
Telltale
the-
like choosing your adventure kind of thing.
And this is a really good
Well, that was
opportunity to
a
do that,
work
especially with the upcoming
With the new
yeah, with the new generation coming up with
Yeah.
the PlayStation and the Xbox.
And you're a new company, so
and a new company. Like this is a good opportunity to like freshly rebrand the engine, like
Yeah.
from the
Yeah.
ground up.
they're not sure how they're using all the properties. There was no mention of the status of other previous Telltale game properties like Borderlands, Game of Thrones, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Minecraft.
Oh yeah, that's Minecraft.
Oh, yeah.
The Walking Dead license is now owned by Skybound, and Stranger Things rights have reverted back to Netflix.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
So those most likely won't be making a return through Telltale Games.
I remember this.
Sam and Max.
They never made a Stranger
No,
Things.
They're in
Yes,
talks
they were-
of it.
Yeah.
they were
They, were,
talks,
they,
yeah.
Well,
had,
they
they had the
rights.
rights. They had the rights, and then everything collapsed.
And then they destroyed their own company. So
Good. I'm excited to see Telltale game, but I just want them.
I
to,
like the Telltale formula, but that engine was the downfall for
It was so bad.
yeah.
A lot of
It was good when it first came out.
Yes.
Sure,
yeah.
but so
It was
was
great
you know Super Mario 64.
You shut your mouth. Super Mario 64 is still good.
Okay, we'll boot up the N64.
Hell
actually
yeah.
Take a
Where
take a
Mario's
stroll
nose
around.
is like.
That's fine. That's fine.
And you can't actually control the camera.
That's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. This is fine.
It's
This
fine.
is fine.
It's
This is
fine
fine.
until you can't
This is
actually.
fine.
Yeah, this is great.
This is fine.
Like that's the big piece. You don't because again we think of Mario 64 as being like, oh my god, it's so good.
It was.
But then you go back to play it and you're like, oh yeah, I couldn't actually control a lot of things
Yeah.
like you can now.
But-
Two joysticks changed things.
Yes.
So while Mario did the like camera behind the character
With,
being the
what's
piece,
his name?
the Lakitu,
Yeah.
but like they did the 3D adventure
Yeah.
piece.
I think
PlayStation helped with the 2 joystick piece. Like,
I think they managed it between that and like Zelda.
yeah.
or-
Oh, they made it
or
work.
Ocarina of Time. Like,
Don't get me wrong.
I will still play those games. I think those still work.
I will play the remastered versions of all of those games that have subsequently come out, and or the better versions of them, like Mario Odyssey and that kind of stuff. But
I think 64 ages well still.
I can play Snowboard Kids and
Yes.
barely Snowboard Kids because that game is rough.
Yeah,
It's so good.
Snowboard Kids is dumb.
I love that game. I
love
wish they
it,
would
but
just
it is-
remake it.
They should remake. They should remaster.
properly.
They should
Who
remaster
owns
it.
that? Like the guys that is it Hudson that owns
I
them?
think Hudson was
yeah.
the
But
company.
they don't.
Because then they made that live action, like more like
Well, no, they made
realistic
the,
one.
they
and it
made the
was
DS
just-
version with like anime style teenage
Yeah.
characters because it was like Snowboard Kids, like older versions, and I'm like,
They're edgy.
well, and they did. They made them edgy and they made it a snowboarding game, and I'm like, I want Diddy Kong Racing on snowboards.
Yeah. Where you have to use a chairlift to redo the lap.
Oh, that was the best part, racing
just
for that
fight for-
one
yeah,
chairlift
that one
entrance.
narrow, like, oh, it was so good.
The coin was dumb.
A lot of the power ups were it's Mario Kart power ups. It's
Yeah.
like we want to screw everyone over and have everyone hate you. Yes.
Yes.
Coin.
Turn
Coin.
someone to a snowman. Shoot
Yeah.
a parachute at someone. I think that was a
You know what? If
genius.
Hudson's not willing to do anything with Bomberman, there's a good chance we're not going to see anything.
Is Hudson still a thing?
Maybe. I mean, Super Bomberman R did okay for them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
I really had fun with that.
I think we all
Superman Bomberman R was part Konami, wasn't it?
maybe.
Yeah, it was
Did-
Konami too.
So then that means Konami must own Hudson.
Maybe. Or Hudson dissolved and people bought properties and there's like a Snowboard Kids just floating. It could be a Barrel Roll News production.
$5, please.
Done.
We will make Snowboard Kids.
We'll make it happen.
We know how to
That's
program
in our
video games,
that's in our
right?
mission.
We
That's
do.
in our mission statement. We'll do something with Snowboard Kids.
It's in our wheelhouse. We can totally make a game.
Moving on.
Moving on, talking about remastered games.
We've got some Disney stuff coming out. I think pretty soon.
I love
Right?
yes.
I think it's
October?
this year. It's this year for sure.
October, I think,
Yeah.
was the date.
So
Which is almost 1 month away.
yes. So Aladdin,
Grasping onto the last straws of summer.
you've got like it's counting down for you.
I know.
It's like that 24-hour countdown.
Not 24. Don't do that to me. I go back Tuesday.
You got Aladdin,
Yes.
the old SNES Genesis Aladdin,
Oh my gosh. That was
and
so
Lion
good.
King.
There's some
Oh,
Game
that
Boy
was so
games
good.
involved in these
Yes.
too, baby.
Yes, there are. It's the Game
Yep.
Boy. So it's not just like the SNES and Genesis versions of these games, but it's also any of the handheld ones, like the old, older versions of that.
I was so proud when I beat all the Lion King and the Aladdin Game Gear.
I've never beaten.
Oh,
You are.
so good.
No, Pixar didn't happen.
There were no screenshots back then.
Pixar didn't happen.
Um,
No one could beat that Lion King game.
The Game
I
Gear
did
one,
beat it.
The
It was
Game Gear
great.
one would be different though.
Yeah, the Game Gear one's not the.
Oh, yeah, it's a little
Same with the Aladdin. The Aladdin one is different as well.
Yeah,
still-
they'd be different.
Okay. So you still have to beat that.
Yeah, you still have to beat the
you
real
touched-
versions of those games. They have fast forward features to get through the hard parts. They
They
have
have
rewind
Prince
features in
of
case you want to
Persia.
do it your
Prince
own.
of Persia.
They essentially Aladdin is now Prince of Persia.
Yeah.
Think about this, guys.
Yeah,
Prince.
Well, this is nice because there's legitimately some jumps that are like pixel perfect jumps in the Lion King, and
Oh my
if you
God,
screw
those
them
are
up,
the
you
worst.
have to do like most of the level again. So either rewinding and trying them again, or legitimately just hitting a button to skip them.
Yeah.
But that's what made it like those games were like Cuphead. Like if you messed up,
Old
it was
school
unforgiving.
Oh yeah, right.
Uh,
Cuphead is a
And that's
different
what-
difficulty though.
Yes, yeah. But
Here's
like,
Cuphead was designed to be difficult.
Yeah.
These were just difficult because they didn't program
design
well.
it properly. That's the piece. It's like
But I mean,
playing
it's
Crash
so
Bandicoot
satisfying
again.
when
We've
you,
talked
like,
about that
yeah.
one, where you jump as Crash, and it's like you clearly landed on the platform, but because like you
Yes.
didn't land on the right part of the
it's
platform,
not rendered.
it's rendered, but it's not programmed as a platform.
right,
so
yeah.
it was
Or like you took the jump at the wrong angle or something like that.
yeah, this is one of those things where like I remember like I just can't wait to be king thing as you're jumping up giraffes and all of
Giraffes.
that jazz, and like you miss one of their heads by
I remember.
pixel,
I remember in the Lion King one where
and up you go again.
you would have to jump up against the what are those the stampede scene.
Oh yes,
yeah, yeah.
I would always miss the branch and they would always get me.
Yeah. So that's the piece. Is now if there's like the one part that you just
Right.
can't get through, you can hit a button and you can skip that part and keep playing.
Or rewind it
Jeez.
if you really want to like.
Or
get
rewind it if you're the guy who wants to get it and you just
Yeah.
you know you've done this part of the level 1800 times.
Yeah.
Like you're done this. You know you can do
Yeah.
it. So
They-
rewinding and jumping again is not the biggest deal. And they showed that with the Aladdin game. Like he's in the Cave of Wonders, he jumps and falls in lava because he took his jump
Poorly
you know,
or-
one step too
poorly.
early,
Yeah.
rewinds, takes it again.
Prince of Persia.
Prince of Persia.
But yeah, we're getting remastered music.
Remastered music, remastered art.
Yeah,
So
the-
are we getting a
graphics.
Will Smith song?
no,
And
Probably
are we
not.
and
getting
also not getting
Probably.
that's
the
that's
Danny
the,
Glover song?
so that's the joke is everybody
Probably
is
not.
is like, so when you say new graphics, like my Lion King's gonna look like real lions now, like that's the
No.
shit.
Yeah, live
Real.
action.
We're getting the Will Smith genie instead of the. Yeah,
I wouldn't
we're
complain,
getting
but no, that wouldn't be it. I wouldn't
we're-
complain.
We're getting the original game looks good. We're getting all the there's a bunch of behind the scenes
Yes.
stuff bundled in.
Like it's
So
it's
it shows
a
art.
pretty good package.
That's cool.
Xbox, PlayStation, Switch.
Yeah, so there's
probably
about
PC
6 games I think bundled into these because I think we're getting the Game Gear versions.
and probably Game Boy Color version.
Whatever
or
they,
Game Boy
I
version.
think Game Boy whatever it was. Like we're getting the handheld versions, we're getting the Super Nintendo version, we're
Console
getting
versions.
the Genesis
Yeah.
versions because they were different.
Yeah.
Because the Genesis did have more oomph
Yeah.
back in the day, so their
Oh,
games
the
had
Genesis.
extra stuff.
You don't have it.
Where's
Here.
your
Yours isn't in here.
Yeah, it is.
Somewhere.
It's somewhere.
That little USB port doesn't count.
No, I have
That little USB hub doesn't count.
one. Is it up
No.
somewhere?
No.
Maybe that's it. I can't see. From
Oh, the Genesis.
I have a
That's a PlayStation.
I had a Mega system. I had a Master System.
You had a Master System?
I had a Japanese Master System.
Oh,
Yeah,
now
it
he's
was
on
a pain in the-
PlayStation. To find
That's a
it.
PlayStation. No, I thought
It was
I
a
had
pain in the
up
ass because I couldn't play any American games.
Oh, wait, that bin.
I have.
No,
Maybe.
that's
No, I
that's
don't-
that bin. Oh, that bin maybe.
No, this bin has games. This bin has not a Sega Genesis in it.
You don't know.
I
Doesn't
know
matter.
It's, in there.
It's somewhere.
It's somewhere. I have one.
Doesn't matter.
I do have a Genesis.
Doesn't matter.
I only have 2 games for my Genesis.
So
So yeah, this
it's
is
coming
cool.
out October.
October-ish, yes.
October-ish, 20th. I want to say 20th. 20th sounds right.
Okay, let's go with that. You
Sounds-
heard it here first. October 20th.
Yes, exclusively October.
Exclusively from Barrel Roll News.
Exclusively.
I don't laugh if it was really it.
I've got nothing on here.
Well,
I'm
that's
trying to
why we
read
have
really
it.
quickly.
We did it. We called
Yeah,
it.
we're calling it right now.
Okay, we're calling it. We'll call it that. Apparently, it's releasing for $30 US.
So $40 of regular people. money.
45.
$45 regular people money.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Sega Genesis, Game Boy, and Super Game Boy releases.
October 29th.
You were 9 days off.
No? Yeah.
Way to go, Tony.
So close.
We made a guarantee.
I guarantee nothing.
We just did.
That's my guarantee of nothing.
So there we go.
Exciting. I'm looking forward to it. I will buy that.
Oh yeah, I love those games.
It doesn't matter what you play it on. I'll buy it.
Well, the
Switch is probably the best place to experience it, if I'm being
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
well again because
It's
then it's
for-
the,
for
it's the
storage
portability
room, yep.
piece.
You don't have any
and-
graphics to really worry
Yeah.
about.
Right,
It's
it's
just gonna
not
be
graphics
cartoony. Yeah.
Well, it's 16-bit games.
Yeah.
They're
16
still going to be 16-bit.
16-bit up-res to 4K.
It's still a 16-bit game.
Maybe they'll upgrade to 32-bit.
Yeah.
Don't break it.
It's 16 bits.
I think we're overthinking this, guys.
64.
Hi, Zay. Oh dear, look at there's people talking today.
Hi.
Panic. Either way, that's it for
That's
the
it.
news.
That's it for the news, guys?
Pretty weak news week.
But that's okay.
True.
WoW Classic came out, some other stuff, but nothing like.
You mean new code?
Yeah, there's a guy that finally, the first guy to hit
Well,
60. level
Suicide
60.
Squad kind of got a couple new cast members.
Did it?
Nathan Fillion
We knew that one.
Oh, yeah.
and Taika Waititi.
I knew.
course.
Yeah, I knew that one.
He's
That
gonna
makes-
do, he's gonna do a voice.
And Nathan Fillion will play a one-off character that we won't even know is Nathan Fillion, and
He'll die.
because Sean or James Gunn,
He's got-
He likes his fat. He
he
likes
does
his
like
actors.
he does like his Fillion.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see who Michael Rooker plays.
Nathan
villain.
Nathan Fillion.
Either way, thanks for watching, everybody.
Very
We will
positive.
be
See you guys.
back with the post-credit show where we talk about games we played, movies we watched, and other sort of nerd junk we've done in about 5 minutes.
We'll see you guys soon.
Yeah, we need a potty break.
Yeah.
Or I mean, a hamster break. Oh no.
Hamster
Don't
potty
break-
break.
Don't break
I think
the
the
fourth
hamster
wall.
broke. I
We'll
think
see you
the
guys in a
hamster
bit.
broke.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.